It is Graham here, still living the dream in 2019, and this is a summer 2019 channel update. Just after returning from New York, which is the video series that has been playing for the last 9 or so weeks, we suffered a fire at the house which completely destroyed Fiona's BMW, damaged mine, and damaged quite a bit of the front of the house. So to say that we've been living a bit of a nightmare rather than the dream would be an understatement. But as we enter the summer period, and that is July of 2019, we're getting back to normal. The house has been repaired, Fiona's car has been replaced, mine has been fixed, and we're now thinking of a summer holiday. But before I talk about our summer 2019 holiday, I wanted to quickly talk about some changes I made in the channel. First of all being that I have removed a couple of videos for security reasons. After the attack on us at home back in mid-May, I'm sure you'll understand that Fiona and I have had to make some changes. The next big change we're making to the channel is that these video reviews of our vacations, our holidays, will be published long after we return home from holiday. We really do not want to publish anymore when we're away with the house being empty, but I'm sure you'll understand that security has been pretty much top of mind for the last number of weeks since the fire. So the big question for Fiona and I was where to go during the summer of 2019. We've been pretty darn stressed over the last number of weeks, as you can imagine. So we had planned, or we had thought about going back to France and actually taking the car and driving down through the channel like we'd done for many years with the kids, but our own this year. But with the stress and the hassle we've had, a beach holiday, an all-inclusive adults only beach holiday, seemed very appealing to us. And that is in fact, as you would expect, what Fiona and I have finally booked. Later on this year, we're heading back to the Caribbean, as you would expect, and this year's Sandals holiday is going to be again with Donna and Michael, our friends from Glasgow, and we're heading to Sandals Grand Antigua this year, which we're really looking forward to. So during the summer, we really didn't want to travel across the Atlantic. We wanted to do something much closer to home. I was thinking the Canary Islands or the Mediterranean. However, Fiona and I thought that we could do something last minute. And in fact, we really believed that we could get a last minute deal to an all-inclusive adults only resort somewhere in the Mediterranean or in the Canary Islands. But how wrong we were, because the deals did exist, but they weren't adults only. And that is, as you would expect, very important to the pair of us. So after many hours of surfing the web, checking out the Thomson website, the TUI website, the Jet2 website, we finally gave up. We actually nearly booked a holiday to a really cool looking resort on Fuerteventura in the Canary Islands, but the cost simply spiraled out of control when we started to look at private transfers, booking larger seats, a meal on the aircraft, etc. And we quite frankly just gave up. I'm recording this introduction on Saturday, the 6th of July 2019, and yesterday Fiona and I took the decision to head over to the Braehead Shopping Centre in Glasgow and go in to Barhead Travel. We have never booked a package holiday to Europe in a travel agent ever, I think, so this year was going to be something very different for Fiona and I. So to cut a very long story short, and after many hours driving poor Pauline in Barhead Travel at the Braehead Shopping Centre, completely mad, Fiona and I have finally booked a holiday to the Coral Ocean View adults only all-inclusive resort in Playa del Americas in Tenerife. We're leaving in just over 1 week's time on a Jet2 holidays. We've never done this before. We've never booked a package holiday in Europe, and we're flying direct from Glasgow to Tenerife on Jet2. I have no illusions that this holiday is not going to be the same as our trip to Breathless or our regular trips to Sandals. It's going to be very different, but we're looking forward to it. Our American friends have asked us, where is Tenerife? Tenerife is it's probably one of the largest islands in the Canary Islands group, which is just off the coast of Morocco in North Africa. Flight time from Glasgow is around 4 hours and 20 minutes. It's not a long flight. It's going to be on a Jet2 737, I guess, and we're leaving, as I say, in something like 8 days' time. This will be Fiona's and my third trip to Tenerife. The first trip I ever made to Tenerife was back in 1990 with my great friend Paul Dragonetti, when we visited Playa Americas, funny enough, on our first lads holiday back, as I said, in August 1990. I was very different then, and my second trip with Fiona and the kids when they were very young to Tenerife was very, very different. So I'm guessing this third trip to Tenerife, to an adults all-inclusive on our own with Fiona, is also going to be extremely different, but we're looking forward to it no less. I'm going to close this video now by sharing with you photographs that I was able to download from the Jet2 Holidays website of the Coral Ocean View Resort in Playa Americas, Tenerife. I'm not sure what I'm going to call this video series yet. If you have any ideas, let me know. Something like Tenerife 19 is probably a little boring. Adults only, on a budget, who knows? I'll come up with a name for this series very shortly. But I hope you will join Fiona and I as we make a trip during July 2019 to Tenerife.
People